Working for God, updated, annotated, a 31-day study, written by Andrew Murray, narrated by Saethon Williams. Introduction. The first objective of this little book is to remind all Christian workers of the greatness and the glory of the work in which God gives a share. As we see that it is God's own work that we have to work out, that He works through us, and that in our working His glory rests on us, and we glorify Him, then we shall count it our joy to live only and wholly for His work. The purpose of this book, at the same time, is to help those who complain, or perhaps do not even know enough to complain, that they are apparently labouring in vain, by helping them discover what may be the cause of so much failure. God's work must be done in God's way, and in God's power. It is spiritual work to be done by spiritual men in the power of the Spirit. The clearer our insight into, and the more complete our submission to, God's laws of work, the surer and richer our joy and reward in it will be. I have also noticed the great number of Christians who practically take no real part in the service of their Lord. They have never understood that the chief characteristic of the divine life in God and Christ is love, and its work of blessing men. The divine life in us can show itself in no other way. I have tried to show that it is God's will that every believer, without exception and whatever his position in life, give himself wholly to live and work for God. I have also written in the hope that some who have the training of others in Christian life and work may find thoughts that will be of use to them in teaching the imperative duty, the urgent need, and the divine blessedness of a life given to God's service. I hope to awaken the consciousness of the power that works in them, even the Spirit and power of Christ Himself. To the great host of workers in church and chapel, in mission hall and open air, in day and Sunday schools, in endeavour societies, in young men and young women student associations, and in all the various forms of Christian ministry throughout the world, I lovingly offer these meditations with the fervent prayer that God, the great worker, may make us true fellow workers with Himself. Andrew Murray, Wellington, February 1901. First day. Waiting and working. They who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. Isaiah 40:31. Neither hath the eye seen a God beside thee, which worketh for him that waiteth for him. Isaiah 64:4, easy-to-read version. Here we have two texts in which the connection between waiting and working is made clear. In the first verse, we see that waiting brings the needed strength for working. It equips the person for joyful and unwearied work. Scripture: Those that wait for the Lord shall have new strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. Waiting on God has its value in that it makes us strong in work for God. The second verse reveals the secret of this strength. God worketh for him that waiteth for him. The waiting on God secures the working of God for us and in us, out of which our work must spring. The two passages teach the great lesson that as waiting on God lies at the root of all true working for God, so working for God must be the fruit of all true waiting on Him. Our great need is to hold the two sides of the truth in perfect conjunction and harmony. Some people say they wait on God, but they do not work for Him. There may be various reasons for this. Someone may confuse true waiting on God, in living direct communication with the Living One, and wholehearted devotion to Him,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?